All right, so you want to talk money. Specifically, how to get a grip on your own finances. We're diving deep into NerdWallet's tips for money management. And I gotta say, their approach is kind of refreshing.
It really is, isn't it? It's not all spreadsheets and budgets from the get-go.
Yeah.
They recognize there's a human element to all this.
Totally.
Yeah.
So how do they even begin to tackle this whole money management thing?
Well, they emphasize this idea of starting with you.
Okay, starting with you. What's that all about? Sounds kind of deep.
It is, in a way.
Hmm.
It's about recognizing that your mindset, your habits, the why behind your spending, that's all crucial. Before diving into the numbers, you got to understand your own relationship with money.
Interesting. So how do they suggest we do that?
It's about taking a step back, kind of like a self-assessment. Do you ever feel stressed about money? Avoid checking your bank balance like it's a bad report card.
Oh, tell me about it. I think we've all been there.
Exactly. And the point isn't to feel bad or judged. It's about acknowledging those feelings and habits without judgment.
It's like that moment before starting a new workout routine, right? You might feel intimidated, even a bit guilty about past attempts. But admitting where you're at is the first step.
100%. And NerdWallet gets that. They emphasize this is a journey, not a race.
So less money shame spiral and more I've got this attitude.
You got it. So many people avoid dealing with their finances because they link it to negativity. But NerdWallet flips the script. It's about empowerment, not punishment. It's about gaining control and freedom.
I like that. So it's not about beating yourself up. It's about making conscious choices moving forward. How does NerdWallet guide us in that?
Well, once you've done that internal check-in, they introduce a 4-step blueprint. Think of it as your personalized roadmap to financial wellness.
Okay, a roadmap. I like the sound of that. What's the first stop on this financial journey?
First up is taking inventory. But it's more than just tracking every dollar. It's about understanding your spending patterns, figuring out where your money actually goes.
Right, and they give the example of feeling overwhelmed by financial jargon, which, let's be real, happens to the best of us.
Totally. NerdWallet gets that. They break
Mm.
down those complex concepts into simple terms. No more feeling lost in a maze of financial terms.
Music to my ears. So tell me, how does this taking inventory thing actually work? So we're getting a handle on our money mindset, deciphering the financial lingo. What's the next move on this roadmap?
And this is where the rubber meets the road. Time to build your personalized blueprint, taking that awareness and turning it into action.
Blueprint, huh? Does that mean we're talking budgets? That word tends to make people a little uneasy.
It can, for sure. But think of it less about restriction and more about, like, conscious spending making informed choices.
Mm.
NerdWallet actually makes it pretty approachable. They even highlight the 50-30-20 method.
Oh yeah, the 50-30-20 method. For those who might not be familiar, what's the magic behind those numbers?
It's surprisingly effective. So
Yeah.
you take your after-tax income, and 50% of that goes straight to your needs. Rent, groceries, those got to pay the bills.
Makes sense, the essentials.
Right, got to keep the lights on. Then 30%, that's for your wants, the fun stuff. Travel, eating out, hobbies, whatever brings you joy.
Gotta have some fun money. So what about the last 20%?
That's where the real magic happens. That 20% is your financial powerhouse savings and debt repayment.
So with that simple split, you're covering your security, you're enjoying life, and you're building a solid financial base.
Exactly. It's all about balance. And the best part is NerdWallet has this super handy 50-30-20 calculator right on their website.
No need to pull out the spreadsheets then.
Exactly. They've made it user-friendly, which is huge, because finding a budgeting method that actually works for you, that's key. Even if the 50-30-20 split isn't a perfect fit, there are other options. The important thing is finding what helps you stay consistent.
It's like finding a workout routine you actually enjoy. You're more likely to stick with it. Speaking of sticking with it, NerdWallet really emphasizes tracking your spending.
Absolutely, because how can you manage your money if you don't know where it's going, right? It's not about being obsessive, but gaining awareness.
Mm.
You might be surprised by those little expenses that add up over time.
Like that daily coffee habit, maybe.
Precisely. Tracking brings those habits to light and lets you make conscious choices.
So we've got our mindset in check. We're building our blueprint, and we're keeping a close eye on our spending. What's the next step in NerdWallet's master plan?
Next up is maximizing those savings. And it's not just about squirreling away a few bucks here and there. It's about creating that sense of, like, long-term comfort, stability, financial peace of mind.
Now, that's something we can all get behind. So how do we supercharge our savings, according to NerdWallet?
Well, they break it down into 4 key areas.
Mm-hmm.
First up, building that essential emergency fund. For those unexpected curveballs life throws our way.
A financial safety net, love it. What else is on the list?
Next, investing for the future. Retirement might seem ages away, but the sooner you start, the better off you'll be.
Yes.
And of course, tackling any debt you might have, that's huge for freeing up your cash flow down the line.
Right. The less debt you're carrying, the more financial freedom you have. So, what's the final key area for maximizing savings? So, we've got our emergency fund set up, we're investing wisely, chipping away at that debt. What's the final piece of this savings puzzle?
The final, and honestly, maybe the most important piece, is persistence.
Persistence.
Yeah, it's about weaving those habits, all those things we've talked about, into your everyday life
Hmm.
consistently over time. That's where the real magic happens.
Makes sense. I can see why they highlight that because it's easy to get excited about a new plan, but actually sticking with it, that's the tricky part.
It is, and that's what a lot of financial advice misses, you know. They give you the tools, but not necessarily the mental game plan. NerdWallet gets that this is a journey, not a sprint.
Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. There will be bumps, for
Yeah.
sure, but it's about celebrating those small wins and even using setbacks as learning experiences.
Like training for a marathon, right? You wouldn't expect to run 26 miles on day one. It takes time, dedication, and probably a good dose of self-compassion.
100%.
Yeah.
And hey, you've already taken that first step by being here on this deep dive, right? You're equipping yourself with the knowledge to succeed.
That's a great point. So to recap NerdWallet's 4 steps to mastering your money,
Mhm.
we're talking taking inventory, building that personalized blueprint, maximizing your savings, and crucially, staying persistent.
It's a solid framework. And it all comes back to that idea we talked about at the beginning, starting with you. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking control of your financial well-being.
Absolutely. You've really broken down NerdWallet's insights in such a clear way. So for our listeners who are ready to jump in, what's one small action they can take today to get started on this journey toward mastering their money?
We've covered a lot, but if I had to leave you with just one thing, it'd be this. Just take that first step, however small it seems. Download a budgeting app, set a financial goal for the month, even just spend 5 minutes looking over your bank statement.
I love that. Actionable and empowering. It reminds us that we're not just like helpless bystanders in our financial lives. We have the power and make choices that lead to greater security and freedom.
Exactly. And every journey starts with a single step.
What a fantastic note to end on. So to our listeners, what will your first step be? Until next time, keep diving deep and keep those finances in check.